Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to show you how I flipped my camera and upgraded it for free. Stay tuned. Now before we get started, I just want to say that this method doesn't just apply to cameras. It can apply to any electronics or anything with depreciable value. Now, I've done this same method and used it across different items and different things for flipping. Mainly, you've seen and I've talked about is flipping motorcycles. So what I'll do is I'll take a motorcycle that has a couple of years on it and has depreciated a little while, and I'll take one in really good condition that doesn't look bad, and I'll go ahead and buy low and sell high. And essentially that's what I've been doing with my cameras. And I wanted to get a new camera because the one I had was a T3i. So I have what's called the Rebel series, and the Rebel series is a brand of cameras made by Canon, and it's for a lot of like the beginners, but it does the real good job. I mean, you can see the video quality is very good on this camera, and I'm not having any problems whatsoever making these videos. But I started off with a T3i, and the T3i had a couple of features that were lacking from the newer version, from the T6i and up. Now, might seem like I'm speaking a foreign language to you, but essentially I upgraded my camera 3 levels without having to pay anything extra. Now I still have this camera right now, but my plan is to sell this, and if I sell it for the price point that I want, which I will likely sell it for the price point that I want based on the packaging and the kind of listing that I'm going to make for it, when I sell it for that price, I'm going to be able to sell it and make all of my money back and not have to pay a single dime, essentially getting my camera, my T6i, for free. Now let me just talk a little bit about my experience with that. I had the T3i before, and I got this about 4 years ago when I was in college. I paid $400 for this camera, a T3i, and at the time it was really good. It wasn't an older camera. It was actually one of the top rated ones at the time. It was, I think there may have been a T4i and a T5i, so it wasn't very far behind. But as time progressed and we got to now, I was still stuck with a T3i, and I knew that we were already at the T7i. So that's 4 upgrades that have been happening in the meanwhile while I've been holding this depreciable asset. And meanwhile, all of these prices for each of the levels, the T7i, the T6i, the T5, the T4, the T3, all of these are depreciating in value as the years go on and new models are released. This applies to any other electronic or any other depreciable asset. The more and more they release of the newer ones, the less and less valuable the other older ones are going to seem. So I had this T3i, and I knew at this point, I switched this month. I knew that I needed to get rid of it before I started losing any more money on it. So I paid $400 for it. In fact, when I looked on OfferUp, and this is what you should do if you are looking to work your way up, whether it be with cameras or electronics, computers, whatever it may be, you want to make sure that you look on OfferUp or other platforms to determine what price point the similar comparable items that you have are going for on those platforms. And for me, I saw that the average was kind of around $280, $250. So I took the camera that I bought for $400, and I bought it about 4 years ago. I took that camera, sold it 4 years later for $280. Now, mind you, I still didn't mind that I was losing a little bit of money on this because I got a lot of extras, and I didn't pay for all of those extras when I first bought the camera. The camera actually came with a bag, a bunch of SD cards. It came with a second bag, actually, a carrying strap. It came with another lens. It came with a whole bunch of extras that I didn't expect to get with the camera, and that made that $400 value, well, it was actually that $400 cost that I paid and should have been like a $600 value. It made it a steal for me. So when I bought it at the time, I got a really good deal, and I actually ended up keeping those items and only selling the camera. And I ended up selling the camera for $280, which, is a $120 loss essentially, but I have those extras which I can put into future packages when I make other listings. And I was searching for another camera, and I found a T5, which in my mind, I did not do enough research. In my mind, though, I believed that I was getting a camera with the features that I wanted. In fact, and in reality, I ended up with this camera, which has a couple of features that are lacking, such as the Wi-Fi enabled ability that I have currently on this camera, and I wanted that ability to be able to sync it with my phone. Now, this one doesn't, and it also doesn't have one of these little swiveling screens, kind of like the T6i that I have currently. I ended up getting this and not realizing until I, turned it on and started working with it that it wasn't exactly what I had expected. It's a T5, not a T5i. So I was really disappointed. Although I did only pay $200 for this, I paid less, $80 less for this camera than I did selling my other camera, my T3i, which was two levels lower. I ended up paying less for this one than I did for the one that I sold. So, I already increased my value there because the T5 this camera can already sell, and my price point for this camera is probably going to be around $350 that I'm going to try to sell it for. So I might even make some money since it's a little bit newer of a model. And what I decided is, since I didn't get the camera I wanted and I know what I can sell this for, I already got this at a steal, I'm going to go ahead and sell this camera for that price, around $350. And I bought the camera that I'm currently using right now, I bought that one for $400, the original price that I bought my other one. And this one came with a couple goodies too. I got an extra bags, and I have 3 bags. It came with an SD card, a strap, it came with its original lens. And so I have all of these goodies that are coming with this one as well. I already got it for a steal. It's a T6i, which is 1 level lower than the current camera. And I basically have a brand new camera. It has all the features I want, like Wi-Fi enabled. It has the swivel screen. It can do a lot of other different things that, I don't need to get into. But essentially, if I were to sell this camera right here, this T5, and I were to sell it tomorrow for $350, let's say I even get for me, I've already calculated the breaking price for me, the break-even price is $335. So all I gotta do is sell it for $335, and once I sell the camera for $335, I break even. Anything I sell it above that for, it will be purely profit. And if you continue to do stuff like this, if you continue to flip cameras like this, you buy low and you sell high, you can essentially make a little business, a little side business out of this, and you can end up getting free cameras. So right now, if I were to continue to do this and I ended up with one camera, eventually it pays itself off, and instead of just breaking even and upgrading for free, you can get a camera for free, a brand new camera. So I think that's really special, and I hope that helps you guys. If you can apply this to just about anything. Essentially, the principle is buy low, sell high. And there are a lot of negotiation tactics that you can use in order to achieve this. There are a lot of people that are motivated sellers, and what a motivated seller is somebody that really needs to go and sell whatever item they have. For example, the one that I'm filming on right now, the T6i, was for a lady, or for a college student. She is getting ready to move back to Hawaii, and she needed an extra amount of cash so that she could, go back to Hawaii and have money to spend. It was going to cost her money to do all the moving and to take the flight and whatnot. And so she was motivated to sell her item. Now, it was already at a lower kind of price point than the other ones, but I still wanted to get the most money out of it as possible. So I asked her, she originally said no. I said, just let me know, this is my budget, this is what I've laid out. And she ended up contacting me back that day that the other buyer that she originally had that was offering her more fell through. So you know what, I went over there that night and I picked it up for the offer that I had laid out before. I laid it on the table and she was willing to take it. She was happy and I was happy. So there are negotiation tactics like that you can use to be able to get the price points you want. And now, just a disclaimer, this is for well, I should say this is not for the non-patient person. It did take me about a month to be able to flip my way into upgrading the camera 3 different levels and getting the fantastic camera that I have now. But I did have to spend, every other day or so looking at the listings on OfferUp and checking to see whether or not there were any new cameras. And there were new cameras, and I lost out on a couple of deals that I wish I hadn't lost out on. But eventually, it took about a month, and I ended up with the camera that I wanted for a lower price point than I thought I was going to get. And here I am today filming my YouTube videos on this. So, it is very much possible to be able to do things like this and to upgrade your camera for free, to even upgrade to the point where you are paying for a camera in total with all of the finances and the profits you're making from the flipping. So this applies to just about everything. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, please let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I'm excited to see what the future holds, and with this channel, the sky's the limit. So go ahead, join our community. Let me know if you have any questions, And if you want to, suggest any ideas for the future, please just throw them my way. I'm all ears, and I really do enjoy this. This has actually been a really fun time for me, and I'm really enjoying the ability to grow with you guys. So thanks everybody that's already participated in the community. Again, if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't yet have a YouTube channel, a lot of you watch my videos without a YouTube channel, go ahead and make one. And then go ahead and join our community, ask questions. We're gonna just be bouncing back feedback on how to make money and how to be an entrepreneur. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, you can gain value from the videos that I'm sharing with you. And thank you guys so much. I do appreciate you all, and have a great day.